Welcome to Datarails. Today we're going to be taking you through a little bit of everything in a high-level demo. Now remember, I'm just going to be scratching the surface today, so if there's anything you want to dive deeper on, or if you have any questions at all, please feel free to reach out and we'd love to hop on a call and do a one-on-one personalized demo with you. Now, as you're joining this call, I'm assuming you're not only wondering what we do here at Datarails, but also wondering if you're a good fit. So what I want to walk you through first is really what our typical use case looks like. I think it's important to start here because if you're doing this process I'm about to show you, then you're probably a pretty good fit for data rails. So most of the companies we work with, they're pulling data out of disparate data sources. Usually one or two of these on the left, maybe all five of these, but they're taking that export out of their ERP or accounting system. They're exporting all that data into Excel, and then there's someone who is manually manipulating and consolidating this data. Usually that looks like adding in pivot tables or macros to really make your own custom report in Excel that works for your company. From there, we see them pushing that data into a PowerPoint or PDF to present on for month end. And sometimes we even see them trying to upload it back into those other systems. So maybe uploading it back into your ERP to do budget versus actuals, or pushing it to a BI tool to visualize. If this is your life right now, and maybe that's you sitting in this chair, then you are definitely going to continue to want to watch this demo because this is probably a pretty good fit for you. Now, when we look at this workflow here, we can really see and acknowledge that Excel is the best reporting tool in the world today. It's why every single company still uses it. It's robust, it's flexible, but as we all know, Excel is not perfect. It's not good for collaboration. It's not good at taking automatic updates from different systems at once. And something we see all the time is everybody's using Excel as their database, and it's not what it's meant for. It starts to break, it starts to slow down, or it gets clunky. So really where Excel falls short is where Datarails comes in. We truly believe you're never going to leave Excel. And I know that may sound scary, but it's true. No matter what ERP you upgrade to or what data sources you bring on, you always end up back in Excel. So how our tool works is we connect directly to your disparate data sources. Again, this can be your CRM, your accounting software, even your bank. And we're going to bring that data into our database. So you're no longer using Excel as a database. So your data comes in. When it hits the database, it's going to get structured. It gets mapped and structured into three different outputs. It's going to go directly into a slide deck for you using our AI slide deck generator. It's going to go into your Excel reports using our Excel add-in, and then online into our online dashboard interface where you can visualize this data. Now, we also have a Datarails app where you can share and access this data too, so it makes it easy for you to look at on the go. How the data comes in is really a four-step process. We bring your data in, we integrate with your systems, and then we're going to map that data. Our team will, of course, help with all of that in the initial training. Once your data comes in, it gets mapped and structured into different outputs. We can help with the consolidation process, creating a workflow to help streamline any foreign exchange conversions, eliminations, or allocations. And then it's going to output typically into your three-statement model, as well as your budget and forecast. But beyond that, it is important to mention that Datarails is completely system and data agnostic. So any financial data, of course, operational data, sales data, whatever it may be, you can bring your data in and slice and dice it to create those custom reports and dashboards. We also have a cash management platform. So this is going to be awesome for that daily insight to your cash. So we're going to connect directly to your bank. Again, bring that data into our database and give you those daily cash reports, daily cash flow forecasting, and just an easier way to see all your data in one place. We also have Genius by Datarails, which is our AI tool. So we have three suites in the AI tool. We have Insights by Genius, which is going to be a KPI set insight report. So you get to set the custom KPI to your business, and it is going to tell you the insights you should care about based on that API. This is a game changer. When you're presenting to your board, when you're presenting to the company, it's going to bring all the data, all the analysis that you did in Datarails, and make it ready for you to present. And then taking it a step further, we also have Storyboards. So that's going to put all that data into a deck for you. It's also going to use AI to write the commentary. And then we have Chat by Genius. This is kind of like your own analyst, your financial analyst at the tips of your fingers. You can go in, ask it a question within seconds. It's going to summarize and chart your data. Now, let me show you a little bit about how the tool works and what it looks like. So we really have two places you're accessing the tool. You have your web interface here, which is what you're looking at, and then we have our Excel add-in. The web interface here is very easy to access. You just log in on the web. The homepage, which is what you're seeing, is custom to you. So whatever is most important for you to see when you log in will be set here. We also have some market insights coming in as well. So those are AI generated. So you can bring that in, see how you compare across the market. We have our data looks good. We do have an unmapped item we need to take care of, and then our integrations look good as well. Now, what I want to show you is how we structure the flow of this data. What we're going to do is create custom workflows. Typically, we're creating a workflow for financial reporting, of course, budgeting and forecasting, but you can use these workflows to streamline any process. They're completely customizable to you. So, however simple or complex you need them to be, we'll configure it to your business. The first step is always going to be where your data comes in. So, the data can come in automatically or manually and as frequently as you'd like. So, the input of the data is completely up to you. I'm bringing in data from a few different sources here. I have two different ERPs coming in. I have some headcount data from my payroll platform, as well as a budget file. When the data comes in, we're then going to map it. We're going to map the initial chart of accounts for you, but sometimes unmapped items come in. If that happens, we will highlight it, catch it, and instruct you to map it in. This is completely self-service. Now, those foreign exchange conversions, maybe any eliminations or allocations can all take place and be automated through a workflow. And then your data maps to its output. Your different outputs being your different reports in Excel, as well as those different dashboards. So let's go ahead and look at one of these outputs. We'll look at our P&L EBITDA here. So as you can see here, moving into Excel, Datarails is this add-in at the top. It will give you this additional functionality here. Something super important to mention is what the output of your data will look like. You can use one of our templates or one of your own. You are not forced into any structure. Most clients do a mix of both. They'll use some of ours, they'll bring what they have, and then we, of course, customize it, collaborate on it, and improve it in Datarails. Now, this specific template here is showing a P&L by period. I have actuals and budget coming in. We typically set up a rolling 12-month, a multi-year overview, as well as a summary by entity. Another great feature here is you can filter this data in a customizable way based on your own hierarchy. So if you want to filter by entity, department, cost center, business unit, country, however you slice and dice your data, we can apply filters. So within here, instead of having, 3 or 4 different reports by department, we can just select the filter for what we want to see. We can see them consolidated or just view one at a time. You can also drill down to the transaction level detail coming in here. So how your data comes in is actually going to be through this formula. So the data comes in, it will connect to your data source, it will hit the database, and then it will pull into Excel. And how it talks to that database is this formula. It's very similar to a sum if, but you do not need to memorize these. We will set you up here post-implementation if you go to build a new report or a new dashboard. We will use our formula builder or our report builder. Now, as I mentioned, you can drill down into this. So I'll show you a quick example, but of course, there's many other ways to drill down into the data. But what this is going to do is drill down to my transaction level detail. When you drill down, it does 2 things. It pulls your data into a pivot table, and then it opens up a second tab here with this detail coming in from the source system. Now, not only am I drilling into my accounting detail here, we can also drill down to your payroll detail. So a lot of the time, most companies are doing this in a separate report or just straight up out of their payroll system. The beauty of Datarails is that centralized database. So you have everything you need in one place. So I can drill down to not only the data coming in from my ERP, but again, as well as my payroll system. And same thing here. It's going to pull your data into a pivot table. And then it's going to open up a second tab with all that detail coming in. So let me scroll over here and you can see we have pay rate, hire date, FTE, everything you need all in one place. And of course, you can set proper permissions here, so only those who should access it will. A few other things worth mentioning in here, you can roll forward with a click of a button, and then you can publish. I know sharing this data is super important to all of our clients, and not everybody is going to want to view data out of Excel. So you can also publish this data directly to a dashboard. So let me show you that now. So going back into the web interface here, we'll click into the dashboarding tool. The dashboards with Datarails are completely unlimited. You can have as many as you want around whatever data you want, and these are no code to build. The entire tool is built on pivot table logic, so very drag and drop and very simple to use. They are drillable, as you can see here. And then here's that publish from Excel feature I was just showing you. It's that P&L we are looking at live linked in here. So not only do you have your data in a more digestible view, you can also bring in the Excel file. So you have everything you need in one place. But beyond just, your P&L, balance sheet, and cash flow dashboards, maybe we want to create executive monthly dashboards for the executive team to see on a weekly, daily, monthly basis. Again, these dashboards are custom to you and based on the data you bring into the system. Maybe we want to bring in, headcount and compensation data like we were talking about. You can bring this data in and again, permission it how it makes sense. And you can also set those same filters in these dashboards. So maybe we want to filter by location down to department level and permission it to where, customer success can only see their department, things like that. You can also put any of these dashboards on a sharing schedule. So maybe we want to create, let's say, like a departmental view dashboard like this one here. And I want to send this off to my department heads, every every Friday at noon. We'll set a sharing schedule here. We'll select the date, the time, and add the email. This will automatically send to their inbox. And again, they can open it from their phone on the Datarails app or on their computer. And again, you set all permissions. All of these are customizable to you. Now, the other outputs that I mentioned are going to be those AI-generated slide decks. So let's hop over to Storyboards here. These are going to be, again, AI-generated, and you can still present and share these with the team. So let's look at your typical month-end management package here. You can put it in slideshow view. You can still drill down as you're presenting. And again, the AI is going to write the commentary. Now, that said, you can, of course, custom edit this or change it how you'd like. You can also still import Excels into these spreadsheets, into these slideshows as well. Now, the other feature I want to end on today is going to be the AI chat box along with the AI Insights KPI report builder. So what we're doing here at Datarails is, of course, we're giving you true FP&A, right? We're giving you the analysis, we're giving you the drill downs, we're giving you the insights. But let's take it a step further. Maybe you're now presenting this to the team and your team has questions. And typically what we see is when there's a question, it's, I'll get back to you. Let me dig into the data. Let me look at this a little bit more. Well, now you have Chat by Genius, as I mentioned earlier, and you can come in here and ask it a question. Within seconds, it's going to chart and summarize your data. Now, there will be pre-configured questions based on the data you're looking at, or you can come in here and write any of the questions you want to ask. So you can see here, it charted it, it summarized it. We can add this to a dashboard, add it to a presentation to present. Now, from there, we're answering your questions, we're giving you the insights, we're giving you the data. But again, let's take it a step further because every company has custom KPIs and what they want to view. And really, what matters most to them, what we can do is do our insight tool. So what you're going to do is set the custom KPI. And based on that KPI, it's going to AI generate a custom report for you. Within here, this report is going to give you the insights that you should be looking at and that matter most. Let's scroll through a few examples here. Again, another tool in your toolbox to not only present to the team, but share data with the team and get further insights and automating this part of the process for you. You can have many different insights, many different KPIs. Again, it just depends on what you said. Okay, I'm going to pause here for today. Of course, if you have any questions or you want to dive deeper into Datarails, especially getting a lot more into the budgeting and forecasting side of the tool, please reach out. We're more than happy to schedule a demo. Now, the budgeting and forecasting is a bit more robust. Again, this is just scratching the surface, so we'd love the chance to take you through it.